Okay, good afternoon, friends. I'm Dr. Anil Balani. I'm a consultant physician. I'm with Hinduja Hospital since the last 15 years. And my main interest is preventive medicine, out of which blood pressure takes a major share. Other topics are also there, diabetes, thyroid. And as we know, why hypertension? Because it's one of the most prevalent common problems at present in our society. We also label hypertension as a silent killer because, as we all know, it produces no symptoms whatsoever till late stages. A lot of people are under this misconception that patients should have headache, giddiness, and complain of some head heaviness, which is absolutely wrong. Most of the patients of hypertension don't have any symptoms, almost 70 to 80%. That is why we label it as silent killer. Because blood pressure causes you internal damage, and by the time these symptoms come up, your blood pressure already is more than 180 to 200 millimeter of mercury, and those are dangerous levels of hypertension. Well, the incidence of hypertension in our community is almost 30 to 40%. So if you see an audience of 10, almost 5 to 6 people above the age of 50-55 will be hypertensive, which is a very large burden on the medical and society at large. Now, when we record BP, we must remember that it's only a marker of a bigger problem. Actually, BP is a multi-organ disease because, as we know, it affects the heart, the kidneys, the eyes, the peripheral vasculature. And I said it's mostly asymptomatic in 85% of the patients. So wrong to consider hypertension as an isolated disease. The truth is hypertension coexists with diabetes, cholesterol problems, dyslipidemia, obesity. And these are all the four pallbearers to the grave of coronary heart disease and cardiovascular disease. And what is the solution? Primary prevention. See, fortunately, blood pressure is one of the easiest thing. You can just go to a local doctor and get your BP measured. And if it is more than 140/90, it needs treatment. And now we say if you have any associated problem like diabetes, like kidney problem, then we should still try and get lower to less than 120/80. So these are the new definitions as per JNC 7. That what is normal BP? Normal BP is less than 120 millimeter systolic, that is the upper one, and less than 80 millimeter diastolic. If you have BP between 120 to 139 or diastolic 80 to 99, it is pre-hypertensive stage. Pre-hypertensive means that we have to keep a check on the blood pressure regularly, do some measures like diet, salt restriction, exercise, and regularly check your BP. Then there are two stages of blood pressure, stage 1 and stage 2. 140 to 159 systolic is stage 1, diastolic 90 to 99. Stage 2 is 160 and above systolic and diastolic 100 and more. This is the JNC 7 classification which I have just discussed. And unfortunately, are the values same for diabetics or patients with kidney problem? No. If you are a diabetic, then your blood pressure needs to be about 10 millimeter lower than what we expect in the normal population. And unfortunately, if you see how much blood pressure are we controlling, this is a very nice example. For 800 adults in a community, 400 are hypertensive, either systolic or diastolic. Only 200 are diagnosed, out of which only 100 are started on treatment. Out of only 50 are on the right drug. And only 25 of them have proper BP goal attained, which means only 6 to 7% of the hypertensive in the community have normal blood pressure measurements. Very unfortunate. And we as doctors are also a part of this. We are also to take the blame if we've not been able to achieve good blood pressure control. This is how the rule works. If you see, out of 100, 22% are hypertensive. Who have been diagnosed, only 37%. Out of them, only 50% have treatment, and under control are only 40 out of that. So in the end, we'll end up with only 6 to 70%, 6 to 7% of the total hypertensive who have proper control of blood pressure. Another interesting thing is systolic hypertension. Isolate systolic hypertension. This means that your diastolic blood pressure is normal, but only the systolic, the upper one, is high. A lot of people are under misconception that if I have systolic hypertension, it doesn't have to be treated. No. Now it has been seen that the systolic blood pressure is equally harmful and needs equal importance, needs proper treatment to bring it down to normal levels. And we must remember, the elder we get, the more chances of systolic hypertension. So what is isolated systolic hypertension? Where the systolic BP is more than 140, diastolic is less than 90. And above age 65, almost 90% of the people have ISH. And of course it is more harmful. Why it is harmful? Because it causes major heart attacks and strokes leading to paralysis. So this previous misconception that age plus blood pressure is not valid anymore. At any age, whether you're 70, 80, 90, your blood pressure should not exceed more than 140. Very important. And how many drugs do you think we need to control blood pressure? The recent studies have shown that at least 2 drugs are required, minimum. So don't get worried if your physician prescribes you 2 drugs. You will have better control. And remember, when 2 drugs are given to you, they are given in smaller doses. So the side effects are less. Now these are the various comorbidities, the risk factors for heart problem, blood pressure, hypertension, smoking, obesity. When your BMI is more than 25, no exercise, cholesterol problems, LDL cholesterol high, triglycerides high, low HDL, diabetes, when your urine is showing albumin, age itself is a risk factor, more than 55 for men and 65 for women, and if there is a strong family history. And if you see what are the organs affected, the heart, the brain, the kidneys, the eyes. So what are all the diseases that we can have because of blood pressure? Heart trouble, coronary heart disease, blockages, myocardial infarction, heart attack, left ventricular enlargement, aortic aneurysm, peripheral vascular disease. One can have heart failure, strokes in the brain leading to paralysis, hemorrhage in the brain, kidney failure, and retinopathy leading to eye loss of vision. So these are the various organ damages: heart, brain, kidney, blood vessels, eyes. What are the routine tests that are to be done when a patient starts developing blood pressure? One, ECG, urine analysis, sugars, cholesterol, lipid profile, kidney function, and one eye examination. A chest x-ray and a 2D echo is optional. This is very important. There are times when a patient goes to the doctor, his BP shoots up. Once he goes home, his blood pressure is normal. Now, does this patient need treatment? Now, there is a device to identify such patients who have what we call as white coat hypertension. Now, this is an ambulatory blood pressure monitor where you come to the hospital and blood pressure machine is fixed on you and you go home. We monitor your blood pressure for 24 hours. You come back, return the machine, and we analyze whether you have this blood pressure thing only when you go to the doctor or even otherwise. It also helps in identifying whether the BP medicine is controlling your blood pressure all the 24 hours or no. So this is known as ambulatory blood pressure monitoring, and it's easily available in our city of Bombay. So what is more important in blood pressure? Not that my drug is better or this trial is better. The idea is to get the blood pressure down to less than 140 systolic, less than 90 millimeter diastolic to prevent your organs from getting damaged. And remember, everybody's drug is individual depending on what are the comorbid conditions, whether the patient has diabetes, whether the patient has heart problem. So one should not exchange medicines for blood pressure, neither should one discuss treatment. What your doctor has given for you, he must have considered so many factors and given you what is the best for you. So what is new? High BP recording is only a clinical marker. And you must remember that blood pressure is not blood pressure alone. It's a multi-organ disease. It's causing internal damage. Should get the BP down to less than 140/90. And whether we use 2 drugs, 3 drugs, 4 drugs, it's not important. The idea is to get the BP down. And remember, if you have associated problem, the blood pressure still should be lowered down. So it's a teamwork amongst us doctors to control blood pressure, between a cardiologist, between a physician, between the general practitioner, between the eye specialist and the kidney specialist, nephrologist. And activity is very important. Remember, the more you are active, the more activity you do, the lesser blood pressure. So what is the lifestyle modification before we start the drugs? There should be a weight reduction. We should adopt a DASH eating plan, reduce the dietary sodium. Physical activity should be at least 45 minutes, 5 days a week, and abstinence or reduction in alcohol. All this will go a long way to reduce blood pressure. A word about this DASH. This is a dietary approach to reduce or to stop hypertension. Should be eating more fruits, vegetables, high fiber diet, low fat dairy products. Should reduce fried food, trans fat, red meat, organ meat, sweets, direct sugars, bakery products, more of whole grain products, fruits, nuts, almonds and walnuts are very beneficial, and approximately 1 teaspoon of salt should be divided throughout the day in 3 meals, which is 6 grams or 2400 milligram of salt per day. And remember, why we need combinations? Because if your BP control is not achieved by one drug, we should add 2 or 3. Sometimes even when it is not controlled with 3 drugs, then it is termed as resistant hypertension and your doctor will take care of that. Thank you. Are there any drugs that cause high? Yes, definitely. It's a good question. There are drugs that cause high BP, drugs like steroids, drugs like antidepressants. There's one common one, venlafaxine, which is commonly used by psychiatrists. So one must be worried that when these drugs are prescribed to you, one must monitor blood pressure more. Especially steroids. Steroids are commonly used for so many ailments. Okay, what health problems are associated with high blood pressure? As I mentioned, that high blood pressure affects the heart, affects the kidneys, affects the eyes and the peripheral vasculature. Heart is one of the main organs along with the brain which can be affected. So patients can get heart attacks, heart failure, bleeding in the brain, clots in the brain, thrombosis leading to paralysis, can affect the eyes, cause visual defects, can affect the eyesight, can affect the kidneys leading to kidney failure. So these are all the common problems that can be caused by blood pressure. Yeah, what are the high blood pressure treatment guidelines? Treatment guidelines are we need to start with one drug and increase the tablets till we attain the blood pressure. Before that, we stress on the non-pharmacological methods to bring down the blood pressure. That is diet, exercise. I've just discussed in detail about the DASH. So salt restriction, diet, exercise, weight reduction, and then addition of drugs. There is a wide variety of drugs available now for control of blood pressure. Now, the guidelines now are that we use multiple drugs in small doses. Previously, we were using one drug in large doses, but now the guidelines have changed and we use more drugs in small doses. So combination therapy is ideal these days. What are the signs and symptoms of high blood pressure? Okay, the symptoms of high blood pressure, as I said, hypertension is more labeled as a silent killer, not too many symptoms. But when your blood pressure reaches alarming proportions of 180, 200 systolic, 100, 110 diastolic, patient complains of severe headache, can complain of giddiness, or presented with straight left ventricular failure, breathlessness, or a stroke leading to paralysis. So these are the common first time symptoms. And presentations, as I said, heart attacks, strokes, loss of vision, or kidney ailments. These are the common presentations, signs and symptoms of high blood pressure. There's a question, blood pressure values are high up to 150 and the low is only in the range of 60 to 60. What may be the cause? Yeah, as I mentioned, this is what I typically described known as isolated systolic hypertension. This is very common in elderly people where the age is more than 65. This also needs treatment with diet, exercise, and there are some specific drugs available for isolated systolic hypertension like diuretics, like calcium channel blockers, which can be safely used. What is the necessary factor to take into consideration during an attack? What you can do in the house is, if the patient has had a heart attack, the best thing is to call a doctor immediately. Till the doctor comes, you can give him an aspirin tablet safely, which is locally available as Disprin. That you can safely give him. Then let the doctor take over. He can measure his blood pressure and transport him to the hospital as soon as possible. Don't let him exert. Just let him sit comfortably at one place and give him a Disprin tablet. Choni is asking, please tell about hypertensive crisis. Now, hypertensive crisis is severe hypertension where the patient has had either a stroke or gone into cardiac failure. Unfortunately, this is to be treated in the hospital. You can't do anything much in the home. It's safer because patient needs intensive monitoring. We need to give drugs intravenous for this and best monitored in the ICU. Now, how do you check your blood pressure at home? You can buy any digital instrument and check your blood pressure at home, but always better to counter check that digital instrument with your local doctor, because digital digital instruments are known to give haywire results at time, so will cause you more alarm. So once in a while you can take your digital instrument to your family doctor, tell him to check you on his instrument and corroborate with the digital instrument, and then you can keep on checking your blood pressure at home. Are antihypertensive drugs recommended? Under medical supervision only, otherwise they are not recommended because they can have the side effects. Secondary hypertension is when you have a cause. Most of the hypertension that we have is known as idiopathic hypertension. But there are some conditions where there is hypertension secondary to a cause in the body. 95% is idiopathic. 5% there are some conditions known as pheochromocytoma where the organ produces excess hormones and produces hypertension. That is known as secondary hypertension. Yeah, when you check blood pressure at home, you should check it once only in both the hands. If there is not much of difference, then it's only necessary to keep on checking it in one hand. You don't have to check it in both the hands. Thank you.